So next question was Yeats and T.S. Eliot as modern poets. How are they modern poets? Basically, if we look at the themes which were presented in Yeats and Eliot, and if we discuss them one by one, like for example, if we start with T.S. Eliot, and specifically there are 2 poems which are in our syllabus, Love Song of Alfred J. Prufrock and the Wasteland. We see, if we look at the structure of Wasteland, we have a very small portion of Wasteland in our syllabus, Death by Water. But if you have seen the book itself, The Wasteland, you see that there are different chapters. The poem is divided into different chapters, and all those different chapters are not directly attached with each other, not directly linked with each other. Every chapter is a separate entity. So this is it in itself, a modern structure. Then coming to Love Song of Alfred J. Prufrock, Let's Go Then You and I, and then In the Room Women Come and Go, talking of Michelangelo, and then the yellow fog rubbing its muzzle on the window pane. There is so much of disjointedness, and within this disjointedness there is something which is going throughout the poem as an underlying or in the backdrop of the poem. The frontal portion, the foregrounded portion of the poem seems to be quite disjointed. We see that the person who is talking in Love Song Alfred J. Prufrock is someone who is utterly indecisive. He's someone who is not sure of himself, someone who lacks confidence, and someone who has wasted his time not building on human relationships, but he has wasted in time on material pursuits. Now when he has grown to that age where he has a feeling that basically the time has been lost, so he is trying to make a relationship, and since he is not used to this type of strong relationship with people, like modern people, they keep on hopping from one relationship to another relationship, and all those relationships are basically mired in material aspects, like I have mired my life with coffee spoons. So and then sometimes he is uh, just about to say something which he wanted to say, but before that moment of crisis, he backs down. He starts talking about something else. So that a constant change of themes, one after the other, that makes it a modern poem. That disjointedness, that fragmentation makes it a modern poem. T.S. Eliot could have written poetry like Wordsworth, mm, Daffodils, Cuckoo, or Kubla Khan, Coleridge. They have written exquisitely beautiful poetry, but T.S. Eliot decided to highlight his surrounding. This is what literature is. This is what literature is. Literature basically reflects your society. And the type of society in which T.S. Eliot was living was a society which was full of uh, chaos, full of fragmentation, full of compartmentalization, and there was racial conflicts in the society, there were economic conflicts in the society, there were political conflicts in the society, there were religious conflicts in the society. The society of that time was very strongly caught up between different poles, and that polarization is very much present in Alfred J. Prufrock. This is one thing. Then coming to W.B. Yeats, how Yeats is a modern poet, the type of themes which he had written about, like Sailing to Byzantium, like Second Coming, and we know that there is always a nostalgic aspect of a very strong relationship with the past and a sense of loss. That sense of loss, the widening gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer, or sailing to Byzantium basically treated as an ideal place, a place which was related to past, all the idealism of the past, which is lost in the present, and Yeats is trying to find out that lost glory of the past again. So this sense of loss is a very strong modern trait in poetry. This sense of loss, and then that aggrandization of past, something which is related to a lost civilization, loss of faith, Seamus Heaney, church going. And that is also, I think, in your syllabus as well. That the way people have abandoned their unifying forces, basically, the poet is lamenting on that. The poet is sad on that. That people are not doing what they're supposed to do. People are not thinking as they are supposed to think, because those people who have those experiences, those people who have seen life from close quarters, they are getting old, and the young people, they are so caught up in their own emotional relationships and emotional and fleeting relationships, that they are unable to find that anchorage which was there before. That anchorage is lost, that gravitational force is lost. So the problem is that uh, he is basically trying to find out, trying to bring about a situation in front of his readers, that this is what we are losing and this is what we have already lost. So if we are losing something, we need to mend that thing. We must uh, bring ourselves into a position of enjoying that glory again. So this is how Yeats is modern. This is how T.S. Eliot is modern.